Hey there, this is another Let's Draw. This time what I'm going to be doing is some new characters who I created for this story that I'm working on called The Infinity Express. I just came up with this for my podcast. The first one is Lisa. This is a character who's like, she's the central character in Infinity Express, and that's who I'm drawing today. Just to start myself off, so that I have an idea of what I'm doing. Because the problem with being original is it can be hard to do interesting stuff, and I suppose I'm sort of letting the story take care of that sort of thing, because nothing is really definitive. It is just like a really random story. It's not supposed to be good or anything. It's more of an exercise in just getting those ideas out. I think Graham Linehan said it best, that you've got to be a bad writer before you can be a good writer. I'm not even a writer. I'm not going to act like I've taken any classes. I've never even been to art school, so this is all just fun, really. If you watch shows like Father Ted and the IT Crowd, it's if you're a fan of those shows, it can be hard to imagine the guy behind that actually having difficulty in like writing stuff that even he would never watch, that he doesn't, because they do say you've got to do what you enjoy. You've got to write the things that you find entertaining, and that is easier said than done. But I think part of the problem is I just love creating characters so much, and I just churn them out, because Lisa here is one of my latest additions, but who knows? I'm probably not. I'm going to make her hair a bit bigger. I think this part go for something a bit more messy and a bit more. Let's move that out of the way. Move her hair to one side for a bit. See, I love Illustrator. So I think in future when I do the Infinity Express segment on my podcast, then I'm going to have like a little piece of artwork. That's what I hope to have when I'm done with this. This isn't exactly what Lisa looks like. I've made her nose a bit sharp and a bit kind of bit squashy. I think I had a line starting at about there. Let me just hold up my pad for a second. Okay, yeah, so I've completely changed the hair. By the way, you've already noticed I'm using a different software. I'm using OBS to record this. Now that I'm doing some live stream videos, it has made just the process of making videos a lot more enjoyable. It's got kind of a nervous look, because she is the sort of fish out of water in this story. She's just going to these weird places. I seem to just be sort of mimicking the drawing of Virginia from the Scream team. I've got to find that tutorial that I found before. Got to try and look at that again at some point. Now see, that was meant to be her thumb, so I think it needs a bit of adjusting. Weird looking trousers that she's wearing. Sorry, microphone. Those are not what her feet are supposed to look like. I'm going to improve on those. Just a bit. And yeah, I feel like by doing this weird little story, yeah, I'm thinking of things that I wouldn't normally think about, and things like I think it's making me realise whenever I'm aware that what I've written doesn't make a lot of sense, or if there is like a glaring error, I've started to realise just how important that is. But yeah, so a good example is in one of the chapters I was working on, one of the characters was hiding away some of her jewellery, and it was just a random thing that I'd come up with. I had no idea for how long these things were going to be put to one side, because I hinted that they might be somehow important to the story. And now, not too long, I don't know if it was in the following chapter, it might have been a couple of chapters down the line, but I just because I just had no idea of how to make to continue making them relevant. So not long after these jewels are put to one side, the character who did that moves on with the others. They just go to a completely new world and don't even think about the jewels or anything. So I'm now racking my brain thinking just how do I make sense of this, and there are lots of different options, and it is a lot of fun to write something that kind of makes you think, no, that wouldn't happen, or if you write something that makes you think that would never happen, a good thing to start thinking about is how can I make it so that there was maybe a reason for all of this all along. I'm really bad at explaining things. I basically just I feel like I'm learning a lot. It's the best I can do. There she is, Lisa from the Infinity Express, part 1 of this ongoing art project.